and welcome to the Carla Knits podcast. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, and always all of the yarny goodness that I love. Thank you to any returning viewers and subscribers, and if you are new for the first time today, thank you so much for stopping by. Today is Friday, January 14th, and I'm coming to you from Nebraska. I hope you are all doing well today. Let's see, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as cbcraftygirl, and we do have a podcast group on Ravelry. Currently, we have one make-along that is almost ending and a current make-along that is going on for this year. So the first one I want to talk about really quickly is the HollyJollyMAL, which started on November 1st and ends tomorrow, January 15th. And this was for anything having to do with Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or anything festive. Anything that you were making during that time. It could have been Christmas socks, Christmas ornaments, Advent projects, things for charity, things for gifts for people, and there have been so many beautiful finished objects. So if you'd like some inspiration maybe for your Christmas making for this year or gift making, check out those finished objects. So you have until tomorrow the 15th to get those finished object pictures in. So tomorrow's Saturday. I probably will not close it until sometime on Sunday afternoon. So you might even sneak some in there. So there is a chatter thread and a finished object thread, both of which have been pretty active. So I will be drawing prizes from that thread, from both of those threads this week, and I will be announcing winners on the next podcast. All right, and then our newest make-along is the Love Your Stash Mal, which goes for the entire year, started January 1st and goes through December 31st this year. And the idea is to love your stash. So for me, it's my yarn stash. For you, it could be material, it could be stitching supplies. You know, there are so many wonderful crafty supplies out there. So just enjoying using your stash. So the idea is to make projects using anything in your stash prior to the start of this year, so prior to January 1st. And there's already quite a bit of chatter, so I think I'm not alone in wanting to really use my stash and appreciate the beautiful yarn that I already have. So if you'd like to join us for that, please check out the Ravelry, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Check out the Ravelry thread that has, golly, my words today. Go check it out on Ravelry to find out more information, but I will be drawing prizes quarterly. So love to have you join us for that. I hope that was clear enough. Sorry. We have our first donation for the Love Your Stash Mal. So I want to thank my friend Joanne who donated this yarn. This is the Shulana Macabo, which I actually talked about last week. This is a beautiful ribbon kind of yarn. This is very speckly, colorful. There's purples, greens, yellows, oranges. It will be beautiful. This will probably go for the first quarter, one of the prizes. And if you remember, I showed a finished object last week, which I'll show again. This is the drop stitch scarf, which I made for a gift. And it uses 1.5 to maybe 1 3/4 of skeins of this. So this would be one project that you could make with this yarn, and that is a free pattern on Ravelry. So drop stitch scarf by Christina Vogel, I believe, with this pretty ribbon yarn. So thank you to Joanne for donating for the Love Your Stash make along, and I certainly do appreciate any donations. So if you are a maker of any kind and would like to donate to the podcast and to this make along, it would be greatly appreciated. you can reach out to me on Instagram or Ravelry about that. Thank you. All right, let's get into some knitting. What I am wearing today, I guess I should flick my hair out of the way for a minute. This is my Knit Words sweater. It's a pattern by Corey Eichelberger. I knit this, I finished this, I believe February or March last year. So this is a top-down sweater. It is made using Brown Sheep Nature Spun Sport, so a sport weight sweater. Brown Sheep is a Nebraska company, so it's kind of special for that. And I love the sweater. It's just so fun. It's kind of fun and quirky, I guess, kind of like me. Jenna didn't see me yet today, so when she sees this, oh, Mom, I know that's what she'll say. But there are several, excuse me, still getting over this cough that I have. So if you like this but aren't sure you want to wear it on a sweater, Corey has several patterns using knit words, like different knit words. There's a tote bag, there's a pillow, there's a hat, a cowl, a skirt. So there's several different projects that you could buy individually as patterns, or you can buy it as an ebook with all of the patterns. So it was really fun to make, and it's nice and snuggly for a cold January day. All right, I do have a finished object this week, and this is the Foliage Hat. So I feel like I've talked about this before because I made another one last fall. This is the Foliage Hat by Irina Dimitreva. This is I want to say it's a free pattern on Ravelry. I could be wrong about that, but it's a pattern on Ravelry. It is a DK weight pattern. I absolutely love it. There's little cables, and I love the little leaf motif going throughout this. The yarn that I used is Madeline Tosh DK in the Great Gray Owl colorway. I made this for a gift. And this is from my Make 9 board, which I talked about last week. I shared knitting and crocheting plans that I have for the year, and I have a gift board and a personal board, and this is from my gift board. So it's my second project done, because the drop stitch scarf was my first project done from that. So these are actually birthday gifts for my mom. Hi, Mom. Which will be going out in the mail this week. She requested this. So this was really fun to make. If you're new to trying cabling without a needle, I would suggest it. This is a good project to use to try your hand at that. And it goes pretty fast when you try it without the cable needle. So love this hat. I think this is probably the fourth time I've made this hat, so it's a good hat pattern, and I'm sure I will make more in the future. All right, so that was my only finished object. I do have a half object today, which is this sock. This is a DK weight sock. I used the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern, DK weight vanilla socks. And the yarn is by Bumblebee Acres Farm in the Elizabeth Bennett colorway. And I just love how this turned out and how this yarn knits up. The soft colors are just so pretty. They kind of remind me of those little pastel mints. I don't know if you guys remember them. I know they still have them, but that was kind of a special thing growing up when my great aunts would come. They would always have those little cups with nuts and the little pastel mints in them. I don't know, have any of you had that in your past? I guess that was a little party thing that they did back a while ago. So when I was looking at this last night, some of the colors definitely remind me of those little pastel mints. But so this is the first one. And then that leads us into WIPs, or works in progress. So I don't have a whole lot done, but this is the second sock. And again, they are DK weight, so they do work up fairly fast. So I hope to get some good work on this done this week. Yeah. My next, let's see. Oh, I did want to show you my socks I am housing in this cute bag. I actually made this bag and I really like it. I think it's a really fun wintry bag. I love the cute little forest animal fabric. I just think that is so fun. I like that. So that's one of my project bags that I'm housing those socks in. My next work in progress, I am using this bag. This is by Ginger Root Bags on Etsy, which I don't believe she is making bags anymore, but this is a great sweater size bag. And in it is my Bean and Olive Grown Up sweater by Andrea Mowry. And last week when I showed this, I was partway through the color work, and it's still not very easy to show yet, but I have finished the color work portion of the sweater, of the yoke, and now I'm just working with the gray. So this yarn, the gray yarn, is Lion Brand, their LB collection, and this is just a gray. It's a superwash merino. And then the contrasting bright color, which I love, is by Dragon Hoard yarn, and it's in her Lyric colorway. This is a DK weight sweater. I don't know if I said that, but I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out. So I sure would like to get this done. Gosh, I'd love to say this month. I don't know if that's possible, but I guess anything's possible. So we'll see. I'm enjoying working on that sweater. And then my final WIP for this week is a new one, which I have put quite a bit of time into already. So this is the Easy Textured Stripes Blanket by Lauren Brown of Daisy Cottage Designs. This is a free pattern, crochet pattern on her website or a paid for PDF on Ravelry. And sometimes it is tricky looking at those free patterns with all the ads that come up. That can just be maddening sometimes. So anyway, this is a crochet pattern, stripes. I am making this. This is also on my Make 9 board. I am making this for my younger brother, David, and his wife are expecting twins. I know I said that last week. I don't know if I shared that they're having twin boys. So this is blanket number 1, and I'm going to do blanket number 2 very similar. This is actually teal. I don't think it's showing up quite as teal on camera, but it is a deep teal color. And then the other blanket I will make will be with a more blue color. But it's an easy crochet texture, so you make a series of stripes and then it will have a border. So I started this on Monday and that's what I have so far. Crochet goes really, really fast. I'm really enjoying crocheting again. The yarn that I am using is Stylecraft Special Aran. And I had this in my stash because I purchased it before the end of the year. So I believe I purchased it in November when I found out that they were having boys. So Stylecraft Special Aran. It's an acrylic yarn. It's washable, so easy care for moms with babies or kids. And the colors are mustard, cream, teal, and parchment. Yeah. So we'll see how much progress I get with that this week. I am hoping to get this blanket done by the end of January. And then I'll take a break for a little while before I start on blanket number 2. So I'll probably start blanket number 2 maybe in March or sometime this spring, just so I don't get, excuse me, burned out on the crocheting of the same stitch, because it's one stitch that goes throughout. So it's very repetitive, but it's making a beautiful texture. I really like that. All right, this is a little bit of a short episode today, but that's okay. Just a little bit of chatter. This was our first week back to work. So I am a part-time music teacher at a college, our local college. And so it was back to school for us this week. My husband also teaches in the music department there. I've been doing a little bit of sewing this week, just working on sewing some project bags. So you might be seeing those in the future. Certainly always dreaming about my projects and yarns and all of the beautiful things that I want to make. So one more reminder, just be sure to get, if you are still working on projects for the HollyJollyMAL, either get them in the chatter thread, or if they're finished, pop it in that finished object thread. Again, I'll be drawing prizes and announcing them on the next podcast. Join us for the Love Your Stash make along. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. So with that, I think that is it for this episode. So I hope that you are all doing well, and I hope you find some time this week to do the creative things that you love to do. With that, I'll say goodbye. Take care.